Hi and welcome back to my channel Let Us in the Dark. Today I'm going to make an English program. For those who want to follow it in Spanish, activate the subtitles. So, let's go! My name is Jandra Dubois, and in one more program we will talk about mystery. Today we are going to talk about one of the 5 most important elements. We are talking about fire. In the alchemists, in astrology, in esoteric philosophy, and in Freemasonry, the fire is called like a masculine element, as if the earth element, as opposed to the earth and water elements, we are considered feminine. Other more recent anthropological investigations explain fire festivals, like imitate magic to ensure the provision of light and heat in the sun, or for purifying purpose, on the one hand, and destruction of the force of evil on the other. In these dual symbologies, the triumph and vitality of the sun, spirit, of the luminous principle over darkness, demands purifications as a necessary sacrifice to ensure victory. The classical tradition proposed 2 models in the symbols of fire, Vulcan and Prometheus. The first, close to his force, personifies the psychical fire that will allow humanity to solve its practical problems. Prometheus, for his part, in his torch lit on the wheels of the sun's chariots, transports the heavenly fire that Panofsky defined as clarity of knowledge instilled in the heart of the ignorant. Some places, like Rome, the church, Catholic Church, are one of the most cities remains the fire like an important element. There are many towns that have celebrated their festivals around the fire, because for me it is one of the most important elements that exist. Fires represent symbols such as Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Like in the last program about Earth on the fire, there are many elements and magical beings. First of all, we are going to talk about the salamanders. Are like fire lizards and rules the fire element. These creatures are related to midday summer, gold, and projective energy. Are creatures that inspire fear and respect in all of others. They inhabit the very interior of the fire and are capable of producing and protecting it. Legends attribute to them the ability to put out a fire or the lava through by an erupting volcano. Of all the elemental beings, salamanders are the beings that have the least relationship with humans of a war, when this happens, ties are established that are very difficult to break. The beginnings of fire are wise and cunning. They are said to bring clarity to thought and to hate, renewal and change. Some very interesting characters, they have no body, they are just a sphere of light. Another one are the dragons. Dragons are magical beings related to fire. They possess the ability to soar and are greatly feared by all elements. Only a salamander can stand up to them. A dragon in a good mood can also be good-natured, but if it's suffocated, the demands they can generate, launching torrents of fire, are important. Dragons' weapons of Windrunner dragons are somewhat inferior to common dragons. If they are offended, they do not use fire to attack or defend themselves like those, but with their claws and stingers they try to attack the enemy with a sometimes deadly poison. Another one, the basilics. The basilics possess only one little eye in the middle of their four heads. Legend says that the basilisk is born from some chicken eggs and that's like a yolk, or when it comes to very old hens or red roosters. From these eggs, a red worm is born that seeks a lair under a house and hides until it transforms into a basil. If someone were to look the basilisk directly into its one eye, they could be instantly blinded or even killed. Feared in forests because its precepts can wither plants. A basilisk can only be exterminated if a mirror is placed in front of it. In this way, it will eliminate itself. Basilisk are fabulous beasts, can have the shape of a rose reptile or the shape of a snake. It is considered an element being of fire and since ancient time it has been associated with horror and ugliness. The basilisk term comes from the Greek basilisco, which is the diminutive of basileus, a king. Pliny, in his natural history, describes it as a beast of no more than 12 inches, with white spots on his head that look like diamonds. It differs from other snakes in that it moves forward with its head raised, in the same way as its cloud burn the grass in his path, also the bruises and even the rocks. It possesses a deadly poison that if a man still mounted on his horse were hit, he will die immediately, as would the horse. And this is so curious because only the waves can kill the basilisk. The beast falling into its caves died from the same stick, although killing the weasel at the same time. Isidore of Seville describes it as an animal about 6 inches long with a dot with white marches. She can kill men with just the strokes she gives off, or even a look. It inhabits dry places, which is why its bite causes androphobia in the victim. When the mate of the basilisk is transferred to America, it is affirmed that the beast is born from an egg, without a yolk, that it's laid but a roasted that has turned 7 years old. In Chile, the basilisk is considered a small roasted reptile that, with his red crest, is born from the egg laid by an old rooster, or a hen that sang like a rooster when it was laid. If the egg is not burned immediately, just like the rose or hen that generate them, the next day a red worm is born that enters the floor of the house that comes out at night, numbing its inhabitants to ingest their birth. And explainer. Over time, the natives of a house where a basilisk has settled dry up or die of tuberculosis. When there is a nursing mother in the house, the beast sucks the mother's milk while the sleeps, entertaining the little one by giving it tail as a pacifier. In other Chilean regions, the basilisk is considered a lizard that sucks the blood of people when they sleep. So far today's program of the second element, fire. See you in the next program of reading Spanish of Letters in the Dark. Bye!